Michael Jordan, still out there, still. One-on-one, he said, I'm pretty sure I can, so I don't want to do that and demolish their confidence, so I stay away from them. I let them think they're good, but I'm too old to do that anyway. I let them think they're good. Wow, that is quite the statement. When you got guys like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, who really has no reason to have any confidence in his jump shot at all out there. Here's my question for you guys. Okay, first off, do you think Michael Jordan can beat any of the Bobcats in a game of one-on-one? Does anyone hold this opinion?
Any of the Bobcats?
Any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's on the end of their bench.
Hornets?
Right?
Oh, yes, Hornets.
Okay. Right. Okay.
I keep calling them Bobcats. They're in Charlotte.
I don't know if somebody is he's going to be able to take someone to the basket, but I don't know if it kind of became a little jump shooting one-on-one game. Yeah, he'd win.
Yeah.
For sure he would.
Of course.
All right, so everyone except Dan on this panel, is Michael Jordan delusional? Seriously though, because as a GM, your responsibility, or as an owner, I should say, your responsibility is to get this group to the promised land, to play better, to make these young men better.
He doesn't have any good players there.
He's
so
going to let them. Well, first off, Kemba Walker, Al Jefferson, good basketball players. Al Jefferson, great basketball player.
But they're not elite level in the NBA.
Al Jefferson's elite.
But they've been underneath Jordan long enough that I think they realize that comes with the territory of playing for the Charlotte.
And he might be doing this to
absolutely motivate
these
them,
guys, stir
like,
them
really?
Up. He might be. Jordan's got a weird way.
It seemed like they lost some of that luster. Like they went from being a horrible team to obviously making the playoffs last season. They fall out this, so maybe they kind of need that edge back in order to get back to that point.
This sounds like verbal abuse.
Playoffs in the East.
This sounds like
don't have good players.
It's close to verbal.
Okay, timeout, guys.
Doesn't matter what he says.
Wait, do whatever.
Wait, let's talk.
Going to be gone.
Hey, listen, we've given Michael Jordan a lot of love as a player, right? And we've given him a lot of love as a businessman. But let's honestly critique Michael Jordan, the NBA owner. This, I believe, is a microcosm of the larger problem, which is a lot of it's about Michael and not about the team. Do you feel that Michael is a guy who can lead this organization to any semblance of success in this current NBA journey?
He's been so successful on his own, and he's been driven to be that individual that it's not translating. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody's meant for every position.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, some of the good players, obviously, we know are not meant to be coaches. And sometimes maybe some of the great players are not meant to be owners.
100%. And I think MJ had such a unique skill level where there was really nobody like him. And people who played with him found it very difficult to play with him because he was just wired a different way. And so I think for him to be able to construct a team where there's not a Michael Jordan, it makes it very difficult.
It's not going to happen, guys, and I agree with you.
That hole. Yeah.
Michael Jordan's not going to be a very good owner, I don't think, and it's already written. Now, back to this blockbuster trade that no one seems to get my sense of humor about because it's not a blockbuster, but it could be a pretty significant trade in the Atlantic Division. Ersan Ilyasova, of course, is now no longer a Buck, of course, and Tough Juice goes back over there. So the Detroit Pistons have a stretch four to pair with their young big man in Drummond. Is this enough to push them into the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference, guys? Does anyone believe that the Pistons are a team to watch now? Dan Glavin? No.
I do think the Pistons have some young talent. We have to see how it shakes out in the offseason. I'm still kind of confused about Ilyasova. Did you just say he's no longer a Buck?
Yes.
Well, okay.
You got straight to Detroit.
I don't remember the Detroit. I remember the Buck stuff. But I think the Pistons are an up-and-coming team. I think the Bucks are an up-and-coming team, and so is the Orlando Magic. So the complexion of the East is going to change in the next season.
I just think this has Stan Van written all over it, where you look at the teams that he had in Orlando with Dwight, and obviously he sees a Drummond, and that's his Dwight. And with Monroe there, obviously a free agent coming up, they don't want to hand him that big money. They want to stretch for in the mold of a Ryan Anderson that you can complement Drummond with shooters.
It's the new NBA, right?
Exactly.
It's new NBA, and I think obviously if Monroe leaves, it's a great insurance policy.
Yep, absolutely.
For them, and everything's about shooting now. The small ball lineup, you know, maybe Ilyasova plays, you know, he's a 4, but maybe he plays.
Don't ask Dad. He had no clue where Ilyasova was.
Maybe he plays the 5 at some point.
He's like, what?
Who he play for?
If you have Drummond,
I don't follow
the Hangouts version of Charles Barkley.
I don't think he will shift the balance of power in the East.
Not the balance of power, but he's enough to get them there. Jeez, all right, I'm not going to.
They're an up-and-coming team.
Okay, apparently I'm not allowed to talk about Ersan Ilyasova on the show anymore, but I think he's a quality basketball player. Another foreigner who I do get to talk about on the show, Akeem Olajuwon on NBATV did that Clutch City documentary. When we return, we got to talk about some of the members of Clutch City, including their head coach, Rudy Tomjanovich. Where does he rank on the all-time great coaches? Shouts out to Mario Elie, too. Hangout!